Just got our first look at MODOK from a leaked trailer at San Diego Comic-Con for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. He's gonna serve, and rumor has it he may be the real main villain in the movie, not King the Conqueror. I'm hyped nonetheless. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see MODOK tear some ass. Fight Hope in Sky. He's gonna kick some ass. His motives, we don't know what the motives could be right now for his story. It could be revenge as Darren Cross. Maybe Darren Cross is MODOK again now. He's MODOK. Or maybe MODOK's just a machine built by Kang, and the whole MODOK main villain is actually just a little Kang manipulation. That would be pretty cool. We have MODOK. He has the golden chair, but overall MODOK's a little bit different from his classic design, but it's still very dope. I very much like it. Still, it's fantastic. Here's also the poster for Ant-Man Wasp: Quantumania of Kang too. But overall, let's get into this with MODOK's MCU appearance. MODOK has been in a lot of adaptations, a lot of cartoons, like the Iron Man 90s cartoon, has had a lot of good stories with heroes like Iron Man and Captain America. AIM has been throughout the MCU from like some Easter eggs in Black Widow and Iron Man 3, but overall, AIM has not had that big of a presence, and neither has MODOK until now. Now, MODOK is not going to be associated with AIM, not yet, at least in this universe, in this world building connected, cinematic universe, this world's history. He's not associated with AIM yet, but he could after he either gets defeated and escapes the quantum realm, or is destroyed and rebuilt. Now my theory is that Darren Cross is MODOK, when his head was his entire body was sunk into the whole quantum realm, because there's a lot of illusions there, his whole body shrinking and then his head, and the whole Loki Easter egg with the giant yellow jacket head too. Plus, Darren Cross is already a composite character of multiple different comic book characters like Egghead, Yellow Jacket, etc., etc. Even to the point where in the comics, Darren Cross has been made recently Yellow Jacket thanks to the MCU Ant-Man story, which he was already a menacing badass villain as Yellow Jacket. He was a great villain. He was a company thief. He wanted to sell the high-tech weapons to Hydra, military, blah 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 blah. He was a really good villain. He was really entertaining. He was a fantastic villain, fantastic foe for Ant-Man's first running as a hero. But yeah, he's a composite character of Hank Pym's Yellow Jacket and Egghead. Speaking of Hank Pym, Yellow Jacket, his what-if appearances when they brought in Hank as Yellow Jacket made him even more of a threatening bad guy than Darren Cross was, where he actually straight up murdered the Avengers before the Avengers could even become a thing, where he was like a shrinking and growing serial killer. But besides that, yeah, Darren Cross was essentially a jealous scientist, maniac, wanting to sell Pym's technology for himself, like Egghead here. And even though he has similarities to Egghead, and we've already seen Egghead in the MCU with Ant-Man and the Wasp being Ava Starr's father, with being rejected and being, quote, a traitor to S.H.I.E.L.D. because of Hank's firing of him with the quantum technology. Darren Cross still very much was essentially like Egghead. Now, onto MODOK's full-on appearance. Now, in the MCU, he's already appeared a couple of times, mostly in non-canon things like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Iron Man 3 game. Firstly, Iron Man 3 game, he was Eldrick Killian's consciousness downloaded into the robotic body of MODOK, which is so much better than Eldrick Killian's actual story in the movie. Even in the very movie, you hear him talking about opening the gates of the brain and knowledge and all that shit with extremists and all that shit, and it's the Iron Man 3 game was smart enough to realize how that works for MODOK. Also, MODOK was also a story that was being built from the ground up, being worked around on. They were trying to build up to it, working around it, telling their story of it, taking their take, building it up, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But Marvel Studios didn't really fully let them do MODOK, so technically the story ended up going down a little bit a different path, and a little bit changing it up, but still overall was still technically MODOK, like a composite character similar to Yellow Jacket. But here I say for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the canon for the main MCU universe, MODOK. MODOK here in the main universe of the MCU essentially looks robotic, but I think it's Yellow Jacket's armor that fused into his skin as his whole helmet and all that shit shrunk down to microspace in the quantum realm. So essentially either MODOK's a robot that's just pure robot, or it's Yellow Jacket's face is robotic. Anyways, here's the first look. Here's a quick glimpse at it. Y'all can see what it is. Now this is a leaked from the trailer, and it's taken in a way that's not all that clear. But like from what we can see of it, you can still see the yellow headband, the crystal and that. But you can see that his eyes are pure red machinery like, and it's like almost looks like a Shatari armor for his face. But overall, this is his MCU design, his canon main MCU universe design, and I really like it. It's really dope. I think the Iron Man 3 game design has more of a modernized take on the classic look, but I like that inspired, almost like an actual robot design for killing design for MODOK. I think it's gonna work really well, especially with the whole like King the Conqueror parts of the movie and the whole quantum realm of it. So it kind of looks like an actual machine designed for killing. And again, it could essentially just be Kang's minion, but it could also be its own thing too. Honestly, I just can't wait. Also, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like I mentioned, had the character Superior, who was being teased and built up to be MODOK from him having his ego, narcissistic intelligence about his brain, to the whole head glass in a jar, visually kind of looking like a lot like MODOK. To him even mentioning that his robotic form, the life model decoy, was, quote, designed only for killing, which is obviously what MODOK's name stands for as acronym. So he was like that whole build up to his character. Overall, we finally have MCU canon main universe MODOK, and even though I would have loved the classic looks as well, I'm also digging this whole new design as well, because it's like, I don't know, it looks menacing, and it also looks kind of like a Shatari / Yellow Jacket kind of thing, and it kind of helps with my theory of Darren Cross being Yellow Jacket, especially since Corey still the actor for like Yellow Jacket will be voicing MODOK in this movie as well. So can't wait, hyped. This movie's gonna be fantastic. Can't wait to see more of Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I can't wait to see Cassie as Stinger. So lastly, I noticed this. The MCU's really been trying to use MODOK for a while now, and I'm finally happy that we're getting him in the main universe actually, and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. More story being told for the MCU, more lore added into the universe, more characters making appearances. I want to see more cameos from other characters help build them up in this universe. Like I would like to see Storm and Wakanda Forever, but yeah, MODOK, it looks like they've been really trying to do him for years now, because from the Iron Man 3 tie-in game, where Eldrick Killian's, his whole brain gets transmuted into, like, his consciousness gets put into MODOK, which is, far better than his wannabe Mandarin story, to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., building up their character, Superior, to be like MODOK. They were trying to do the whole MODOK thing there with his head in a glass in a jar and being like life model decoy designed only for killing and shit. To even Captain Marvel concept art having MODOK. He was supposed to be in Captain Marvel initially too. They really wanted to do MODOK, and that's really interesting.